SBN Sports Business Now, live from the National Sports Forum.
We are continuing just rolling with these interviews here at Live from NSF. I'm Holly Koski, and I'm here with Rob Dillion from Yavay Sponsorships.
The sponsorship marketplace. We're the dating service for the sponsorship industry.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that, because that's interesting.
Well, we've definitely had some fun with it here at NSF. Getting a lot of fun. We did a rendition of the dating game yesterday for our breakout session. So basically the idea is we help brands and agencies connect with properties that fit their criteria. So the unique, valuable tool that we've built is called Sponsor Wizard. So a brand can go on and they can enter their geographic audience, so demographics, audience size, sponsorship levels, budgets, and timing type criteria. So they basically input all of like who they're trying to reach, and basically our Sponsor Wizard then pulls up from our diverse database of sports, arts and entertainment, venues, and nonprofits, and pulls up properties that meet that criteria. So what it does is it allows brands to be proactive in a way they've never been before, to actually go on and identify, evaluate, and then connect with properties that fit their objectives.
Well, great. And so how long has Yavay been around? Is it new or?
Well, the founders created the company about 2-3 years ago. And we spent it, obviously being a tech startup, there's a lot of time building the infrastructure. The search engine is a pretty sophisticated tool. So worked hand in hand with a lot of major agencies and brands to develop that tool. And then last year, about summertime, we kind of brought on a full sales staff, started adding properties to the site. And then in about mid-November, we opened the doors, if you will, formally to brands and agencies to come on and use it as a tool. And thrilled to say, about a 6-week period since kind of mid-December, we had about 4 dozen brands come on, representing about $1.5, $1.7 billion in spending power.
Wow.
Had a big day last week, had Coke and Pepsi on there, so the big boys come into play, which is nice. So it's been exciting opportunity for us to develop it, and now we're just looking to, frankly, just to add more properties, because the more properties are on there, the more valuable it is to brands. The more valuable it is to brands, the more valuable it becomes to the properties.
Definitely a natural fit for a lot of teams that are here. Met a lot of sponsorship execs, so I'm sure they'd find your service pretty valuable. Yeah,
it's been fun to introduce them to it. I mean, we are a young company, so it's a new concept, but everyone gets the idea that the challenge for brands has historically been they're very reactive. They get a lot of phone calls from a lot of sponsorship guys. And every sponsorship guy thinks their product is the best fit, but sometimes it's just not. And so what we allow them to do now is, again, to be proactive in that process. The big thing, we have heard several presentations here this week talking about activation, grassroots, one-on-one consumer. You advertise nationally, you activate locally. The challenge for brands has been, I use the USA Triathlon World. We work with a lot of United States Olympic Committee governing bodies. And the challenge for them is there's 4,000 triathlons in North America. So how is a brand going to go about searching and finding out where they are, when they are, how many people attend, and most importantly, what type of sponsorship opportunities are available? Like, one of the neat features about Sponsor Wizard, if you're, and they call it Adidas is the technical term, not Adidas apparently, I found out last night from working with them. But Adidas is doing a search. If you have Nike or Avia or New Balance as a sponsor, Sponsor Wizard's not going to pull you up because there's a conflict there. So again, it's about not just identifying and finding new opportunities, but being able to evaluate them very quickly, because we like to think that the challenge for brands, a lot of smaller properties say, well, we're too small. They won't activate with us. It's like, no, they'll activate with you. The challenge is they're not going to be able to find you because that process is too inefficient, too time consuming, too costly. With us, they can do in a matter of 60 seconds what it would take them, 6 months. So it's just helping to kind of add some transparency to the sponsorship industry, and we hope to make more connections and marriages, as we say, to get some more deals done for those sponsor execs.
And where can people find you guys?
Well, Yavay.net. It's Y-A-V as in victory, A-Y. It's an online service. It is a secure site, so the best way to really learn about what we're doing is to contact us directly. We can do a live web demo. The idea behind the security of the site is Yavay is actually a play on the Spanish word for key, which is we keep properties information under lock and key. So, for example, Michael Waltrip Racing doesn't want Roush Racing know what they're selling for and what their opportunities are. So the only people who see your information on Yavay are going to be registered brands or their agencies. So as a sponsor exec, that as a sales guy, you know that when your page is being viewed on Yavay, you know two things. One, it's a decision maker actively looking to spend money, so you don't get that, oh, you should have called me 2 months ago before I spent my budget call, which is a very bummer. I've been there. And then also, you know, most importantly, that they want to reach your audience. But the unique value is they may not have known they wanted to reach your audience. Our sponsor wizard told them that. So when you get a phone call from Yavay, it's a fully qualified lead. You're not selling, you're negotiating.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for joining us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
We'll see you later.
SBN, Sports Business Now, live from the National Sports Forum.